Alright, we're about to get this going. I'm just making a little beverage here. Then I'm going to jump this off. This is a big one. I want to start the Tad cast a little before, give people a chance to gather. This could be one of the big games of the year. So, let me, holy shnikey. Don't tell me that Randy went deep again? Ooh. Rosarina is a beast. Atlanta. Because I damn sure ain't got no Niner shit. You know, Atlanta, I'm in CFT mode, baby. Atlanta, let's go. Atlanta. But nah. But give the drummer some. I'll be right back with the, I gotta get my beverage, and then it's go time. You know what? I just realized. I just remembered I brought down a shirt to put something different on because I thought it might be too cold for this sleeveless joint. So I'm just gonna do that, even though it has nothing to do with the Niners or Chicago or nothing. But I'm just gonna put it on because I did bring it down. So. hearing that another NSV could be coming my way soon, which could open up some further NSVs that I've already received to be played. But things are moving. Sounds like Shake Diddy's gonna go punt strat on week 14, so that opens up the likelihood of that game happening sooner. JJT is the real wild card right now. Honestly, I think everything is pretty much under control except that. Except just we don't know if JJT is too cool for school, or is it gonna be I got really confused there. Or is gonna be able to play his games. I'm sure he'll surface at some point. I think we have to wait for him because he's got 2 games. He's possibly 3. He's in the HP semifinal. He's the one guy that could knock someone out of the playoffs that's already in right now. So we gotta just wait until he's available. You know, I think we just gotta be accommodating of his schedule. I'm not gonna try to force a beef on that. I'm just gonna wait until he's available to play. But in the meantime, we got a fun one to look forward to here. Can't tell who's in for the Niners, which is unfortunate. OBS just like shrunk. It's like they shrunk. I don't know what happened, but they changed the game, and it is what it is. So I'm just gonna leave it how it is because I think you've seen enough sausage for the night. I'll sort that out another time. Let's get into the action. 12-0-1. Atlanta going for a perfect season, not a perfect season, but a undefeated season. They got one last hurdle. So this is the 2 best teams in TAD in 1968, record-wise. And Grip Smoke is, if he wins this game, he'll be the 3 seed this year. Pete's got the 2 seed on lock. So the Niners are hot. The Niners started off a little Shakey's Pizza. It didn't look like they maybe had a lot of juice this year based on their first couple games. But they got hot, and they've been just as hot as Atlanta's been since about week 4 on. Last game was a tie versus the Broncos because Paul Warfield basically just went ballistic. But basically the Niners are a threat right now. And if anybody's going to knock off DPS, it's going to be the Niners, but he's going to have to do it on the road in the ATL, which is not easy to do. Without further ado, thanks, man. I can't wait to listen to more of this Chicago Transit Authority album. This is super hot. No slow, respectful fade. Let's do a slow, respectful fade. Sorry. That ain't right. Yeah, gotta respect the CTA. They should never have changed the name. They should have just kept Chicago Transit Authority is cool, right? Am I the only one who thinks that? Let's go. Green Magic is in Chicago right now. Chilling next to a Dig Dug line, looking at the CTA Brown line. I mean, he could not be more relevant right now. He's just super relevant. DPS probably went to sleep, which is unfortunate. I wonder if that means he's just a super sleepy Midwesterner, or that he is about to take an L right here and doesn't want to stick around and see Grip Smoke end his perfect C's. It's not a perfect C's, but it's an undefeated season. I keep saying that. It's a distinction. Undefeated, great achievement. I don't know, has anybody ever done that in TAD? I'm just drawing a blank. Probably DPS has done it before, and I just didn't really think it was a big deal because DPS does cool shit like that all the time. But none of us regular dudes have ever had an undefeated season in TAD. I can tell you that. There goes Livingston. Just great defense from Beauchamp. This Atlanta defense is top tier. Jim Marshall, Al Beauchamp, Chuck Howley are some linebackers you gotta worry about. Lonnie Warwick is really good too. Zeke Moore leads the secondary. Willie Wood is an elite free safety. And we're going deep. Why not? Let's just hoist it for Charlie Taylor and gets down to the 4-yard line. The heave-ho from Frank Ryan, the doctor. As the Royals get a run. Debacle. Here comes Howley. Nope. Fake the funk. Oh, and then the sack. Couldn't figure out what to do. There wasn't really an obvious choice there, I don't think, for who to throw to, but if he would have had more time, he probably would have figured it out. He would have done the math, as Frank Ryan does. Up the gut. Oh, Livingston cuts it outside. Nowhere to go. Livingston with the oh, he took, it was such a good juke that he just totally destroyed me. Good job. Gets it down to the 3. He's in the mud. Snapping it from the mud. Frank Ryan. Here comes Howie up the gut. Howie's a non-factor. And Frank Ryan could have thrown it to the guy wide open and over the middle, but he's got no one in his face. He's just going to mosey on in there for the TD. The Niners are on the board. I don't think the DPS was expecting that at all. I don't think he was going for the bump strat there. I think he just got a little too close to the guy and got biz-ounced. Howfield strat. Bobby Howfield. Here's Lawrence. So by the way, DPS is resting both of his kick returners. So he got to, I had to make up a rule for that, which is he gets to pick who he played a kick return. And it was, no one seemed to care, and it probably is really stupid, but it was one of my favorite all-time moments in TAD. Because we had to re-parse the OLMS thing, because it took down Norm Evans, the right tackle, for 38 to 31. Flea flicker alert. Everybody's covered. Anyway, I enjoyed it. Steve DeLong with a huge sack. And yeah, and then he went to Mike Haggerty. He's resting his left tackle too, and he's got a terrible left tackle. It's Mike Haggerty with 31 hitting power. Tough scenes, but he's going in fresh. He's got nothing to play for here. He made the right choice. It'd be kind of cool if he could get the undefeated season though. I don't know if I would have made the right decision, or I don't know if I would have made that decision. His left tackle is so stinky. Mike Haggerty, but it's all about getting the TAD Cup, which he's never got. Somehow DPS has played... Is this his 4th season in TAD? And he has yet to win the TAD Cup, even though he's got the best team. He's got the team that looks most likely to win the TAD Cup going into the playoffs every year. Feels like. Alright, let's check out the condition here as we go in the second quarter here. Bobby Howfield's in bad debacle. Charlie Bryant is in good, so he's up to 50 max speed. Matt Brash on the bump, trying to deal with this Royals rally here. Beauchamp. Yeah, Frank Ryan. I like the idea to take the sack there. If he's gonna drop back with Beauchamp, then you could maybe sneak out the back there, as he looked like he was trying to do. But yeah. All right, gets a couple yards there. 3rd and 15. Frank Ryan looking to drop back. Looking to go to Charlie Taylor. We got a back and B strat being utilized here. And, oh, that one was just out of reach. Looked like he might have had another jumper inside the 5. Now we have a 4th and 15. A clear punt situation here? No. He's close enough to midfield that he has to think about it. What would you do? Looks like Brash got out of it. Things you absolutely love to see. I was behind. Okay. He's going for it. And he got his play picked. And he's juking. And he almost got loose. He almost got loose to dump it off to the running back, which probably wouldn't have amounted to a whole hell of a lot there. But it's a sack. And now Atlanta's on the ball. This feels like the type of thing that DPS takes advantage of all the time, which is panic strat. It seems like panic strat comes into play a lot, but that wasn't really that. Honestly, that wasn't really that bad of a decision. As Tooley brings up the clock is a factor, because now if he scores, you got time. I don't know. It's just, I feel like when you're playing DPS, decisions get made that are different than any other game. Like, he's basically saying, DPS is going to score anyway. I want time. DPS tends to score. I don't know. It's not a bad decision. I'm wondering if you would have made the same decision versus someone who wasn't DPS. And it seems like a lot of people make a lot of panic decisions versus DPS. But see, there he gets the quick score. And Jimmy Thomas. I haven't seen a whole hell of a lot from Jimmy Thomas Jimmy Thomas is nice. 44 MS, 38 reception, 44 hitting power. That's the kind of guy you love to have on your squad. But he hasn't done a whole hell of a lot this year for the Falcons. Anyway, Frank Ryan's got time now, so let's see if Grip Smoke's logic pays off. He's got tons of time, actually. 2 minutes and change. Maybe Atkinson could even get him good field position. Look at Atkinson. Oh, the Falcons, though. Looks like Gero, your Premian, was running in there with his hair on fire. Ochamp. Man, that thing got shut down. That play should have had a little something. Nope. Got absolutely shut down. The Falcons' D is tough. Let alone DPS always makes the right decision. Aside from that one play that we just seen where he made the wrong decision and the Niners scored. Taylor versus just one guy in a diver. It's a decent look. This is probably the strat. Sorry to say. You got to go hoist mode, I think, just about. Now we got this situation. Oh my gosh, how does he make the play there? That was good job. That was the good job of someone not panicking versus DPS. Trying to scramble around, utilize your blocker. See a lot of guys make terrible decisions in those circumstances. Gripsmoke tried to keep his cool and make a play, which would have been there if he could have just avoided the diver. Oh no, Lawrence down. This is funny. So his first 2 kick returners got hurt, and then he put in Lawrence, and he got hurt. This has been a tough spot. Being a kick returner for the Falcons is tough. Oh, yeah. Well, let's talk about it ourselves here for a minute. So when you lose both your kick returners, you can just put anybody in there, basically. There's really not much to talk about. What did that look like on the stream? Cheered one bit. Marshall, RIP, and Lawrence bangage incoming. Here for it. So Jones strat. Ron Jones. Forgot Ron Jones exists. Let me tell you Ron Jones. He's got 25 MS, 31 hitting power, 38 reception. I'm guessing he was one of the last guys off the board in the TAD draft. Ron Jones in the game. Ugh. Gripsmoke says, I'm not really feeling his taps. And then he gets rocked anyway. So Gripsmoke played as cool as a cucumber. And they totally backfired. Now we have a field. Well, Gero's not very good. This is going to be a tough field goal. That was a really good strat from Grip. Didn't pay off. Here comes DeLong, though. Gero could have a problem with this. Oh, he waits. The holder is engaged by DeLong, and Gero drills it. So, Gripsmoke is getting the full DPS experience right now. Just horseshoes for days. Everything working out awesome. Inducing ulterior strats. Just, I don't know, nailing huge kicks with Gero, your Premium is not very good. And, yeah. Let me see here. Did I just move that? What happened? Condition checker. Right. Here comes Ron Jones getting his first action ever. Dan Connors is in good. That is helpful towards the cause. Didn't mention some of the factors on this Niners defense. Bobby Bryant is a rookie cornerback who's going to have a really steadily career in TAD, you would expect. He sticks around for quite some time as well. Going deep for him. Oh, hole is picked! It's picked by Pat Fisher, the veteran cornerback. So he's got an elite corner combo with Bryant and Fisher. George Atkinson is a strong safety you got to worry about. George Sames, veteran presence at free safety. Rich Tombstone Jackson among the front 7 beasts you got to worry about. Larry Grantham, stud linebacker. The Niners defense is rock solid. Not quite as good as Atlanta on paper, but damn close. Earl Morrow with the pick. Niners in business. Here comes Frank Ryan surveying the scene. He's not really feeling his options here. I wasn't really feeling it either. Cooley scrambles forward for 4 yards, sets up a 2nd and 6. The Atlanta defense seems pretty dialed in here. And once again, no great options whatsoever. And it's a 2-yard loss. DPS is here. All right. What is up, family? Thanks for staying up past your bedtime to check out some excellent TAD. Now we got Debacle City right here. Nowhere to go for Bryant. DPS ratchets up the taps to 18. And it's going to be a weak side. Oh, Bobby Halfield, stinky. Here comes the rush, and he's able to make it. So, both kickers who are stinky have made a field goal with pressure in their face. Halfield's much easier, but still not easy, considering how bad he sucks. Mariners in the bottom of the ninth. What's going on here? The top of the ninth. Yeah, top of the ninth. And they got one out. Let's go. Lots going on here. 2 minutes and 6 seconds left in the third period. Third quarter. Penetration from Rich Jackson. Rich Jackson just takes care of it himself. Mel Farr trying to run for daylight. There's nowhere to go. Tombstone. What do you want on your tombstone? Rich Jackson just blew up that play. He had some help, but he just went and he just grabbed the quarterback. Rich Jackson is making a late push for perhaps a Pro Bowl bid or something. He's doing some things out here. He's going in. Look at him. Oh my God. All right, he's covering the short guy. Says go ahead and throw it deep for Holt. And Horse gets the jumper to the weak sauce receiver. Mike Hull with 31 reception. He gets it. Everything yeah. What else do you expect? Bobby Bryant goes down. Yardage achieved on the sweep to Farr. Earl to Pearl. The Niners D is engaged, fam. Oh, fumble. Puts it on the deck. Gets scooped up by the one Niner on the scene. All right, so a little luck going Grip Smoke's way here. That kind of makes up for some of the previous debacles. Now we have a chance to take it right at Marshall, but DPS makes a crazy diving stop. Prevents a potentially big gainer there. As looked like Bryant had a head of steam. Let's do one more condition check. Couldn't open file. Well, I guess I'll just F myself. All right. Frank Ryan is up to good condition. By the way, did not mention that Daryl Dett didn't need to play him, but Gripstroke wanted one last game for Tab legend Daryl Dess, who usually plays guard. He's playing his potentially last game in Tecmo After Dark at center in this game against DPS on the road. What a moment for Daryl Dess, who's now in good condition, bringing 56 hitting power to the party. He's going to have to go up against some guys that are feeling it. Carlton Oates is playing in nose tackle. He's feeling it. Jim Marshall, a total wrecking ball right now. Zeke Moore and Willie Wood, the two best DBs for Atlanta, are also feeling it. Joe Beauchamp is not feeling it, though. Could Charlie Taylor take advantage? The fourth quarter is underway. Here we go. The pressure. That guy's open. Ooh, Frank Ryan's able to squeeze it in there. It looked like the Atlanta defender was pretty dialed in there. 2 outs for the Royals. Munoz trying to take care of business here. Frank Ryan, what's he want to do? He wants to test Wood. Oh, he could have scrambled for the first. Easy. Now it's 4th and 1. No hesitation. 4th and 1, we going for it. Frank Ryan, the veteran QB, in the spot. He's got the underneath guy. He coolly evades. He waits for everything to clear, and he dumps it off to Andy Livingston. That's a great play from Grip Smoke there with the onrush coming in. It's an 0-2 count. I'm calling both games. Livingston gets 0 yards. That play's going nowhere today with Beauchamp. Peru just patrolling. It's popped up. It's out of play. Okay, we're going to mix it up. We're going to go down. Bryant has a little something going. He only gets a few yards, though. It's 3rd and 4. 3 minutes, 8 seconds to go. Niners. What would they do if they get stuffed here? If they're in no man's land? And Bryant's going to find a little angle that didn't look like much of one, but he's got a little burst right now. Charlie Bryant bringing a lot to the party. Picks it up, and that'll move the chains. Under 3 minutes to go. Niners in position to knock off the Falcons. No one has done it yet. Not a lot of great options here, but Frank Ryan shakes loose somehow. Got a little help. Was that Darryl Dess who just came up with the key block there? The Mariners win. They win the series 2-1 over the Kansas City Royals, and they continue their hotness. Charlie Taylor is streaking. He wasn't feeling it. Did not want to take advantage of the weak sauce corner matchup down there. Joe Boccia. I don't even know if that was who's covering him, but I'd be looking to see if we can get Charlie Taylor involved at some point. Or we stick with the running game, which is picking up nicely here. Livingston can't get the block. 4th and 2, tough to Sige. He's got a really terrible kicker who's in bad condition. This is a deepie. This is a deepie. Jim Marshall coming in hot. This is going to be tough. Looks like he lined it up perfect. This is clutch sauce from Grip Smoke. Avoids Marshall. And he nails it. Niners have a lead here way late in Atlanta. Can Earl Morrall get anything going? He's got absolutely nobody feeling it condition-wise. Here comes big Ron Jones. He's just a big fart knocker. He is in the game for the first time all year, perhaps. Gets to the 10-yard line, and now Earl Morrall is going to have to come up with some magic, you would think. But the pressure is elite from the Niners. Gets it to Twilly. Gets a nice chunk to start this drive here. Is he going to go for the tie? Or does he care about that at all? I think he's got win on his mindset. That's the DPS way. But it would be kind of cool. He must be thinking it's kind of cool to go, to not have any losses on the season, right? I don't know. Here comes this play's been money all year, all game. Didn't get a ton of yards there, but did get the first down. 32 seconds. He's got to get something if he wants to kick a field goal to tie it. But now here's this business. He's just going to go for the win. He's going to go for a hole again. The hole factor is just crazy. And he gets the touchdown. I thought you said this was a good game. Just the most luckiest win for DPS. Throwing it to his 31 reception tight end. That's just crapola. That's just poop and pee, is what that is. But DPS pulls it off. He gets the 13-0-1 season. Man, just getting JJ's to his 31 reception tight end. 31 MS, 31 reception. Just getting JJ's. It's a lot of luck. It's a lot of luck. It's a JJ. You can't stop it. But he did time it perfectly. He tends to do that. That is gross. That is a gross result. An absolute disgusting result. Grip did get a little bit of luck in the mix. So it wasn't a total FU, but bleh, I still kind of want to throw up a little bit after that. Anyways, let's try to get some more fun music going here. And see if I got one other game for you guys. I got a ton of NSVs, but I think it just wouldn't be fair for me to play any of them. I don't want to give anybody any information about what would be helpful or hurtful for them going forward. So I gotta play it cool. I mean, it just wouldn't be. There's no Midwest nastiness. It's just it's just lame. Let's see here. I was kind of hoping something cool would happen. The way it was hyped up, but it wasn't. It was a good game for sure. Let's see here. I'll load the state real quick. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so we got one game in the books for week 14. And now we got this one. This one, well, hold on. Let me double check here. I really don't want to. Yeah, so this is cool. This was the game that unlocked that game because if Grip Smoke would have. So the logic, I mean, I don't think he would have been thinking like this, but the logic is if the Rams would have lost, then Grip would have known that he had nothing really to play for. So I wanted to wait to see what happened with this game. So anyway, that's the logic. And then most of the guys have played around Boston at 4-8-1. Let me get the records up there. Yeah, I know. It is what it is, Green Magic, but it's more fun when that's not how it goes down. Especially if it's the guy who always gets the JJ at the exact moment he needs it, every time. I don't know. Sorry, I can't hide my disappointment. It's just like, it just kind of gets annoying after a while that he could just hoist it to a. It doesn't even matter. He doesn't even need good players. He could just hoist it to a 31 MS, 31 reception guy, and then just you know, have it be a perfect JJ. And yeah. Let's see here. Who is home here? There's no skill involved, though. I mean, there is a lot of skill involved, but... Eight, 4-1. Nelson also kind of looked a little shaky coming into... Or kind of start... Just didn't really look like his Rams were all that dope. I don't know. He was kind of down on his team after a couple tough losses early. But I played him a couple times in preseason. And I was like, dude, you got one of the better teams. I think you're going to have a great season. You always got to kind of feel like... Nelson always kind of seems like he... Magic, it was lame. Get over it. It's just, he just always wins, that's all. It's just kind of, it's more fun when something else happens. Or just like, something more interesting than a deep JJ, you know, a deep, lucky JJ. Whatever, I don't know. It's fine. It just, I was hoping for something else. It was okay. It was a good game. It was one of the better games we've seen overall, for sure. I just like the more kind of like wacky finishes would be cool. Let's see here. Trying to figure out what's going on here. Did I get this right? Okay, so this is the. I think I can play this game. This doesn't no impact anything. Let's see here. What am I looking at here? Why does that look like that? Oh, I see what's going on. Okay, we're good. Good season for Grip. 7-4-2. So here we go. Let's get into this. Slow, respectful fade for... So this one also has a little controversy. We're going to try to keep it light here, though, as we play our second game in Week 14. A lot of excitement to come in Week 14. But this is all we got. And it might be all we got for a while. I don't know. I think there's just too many bunched up teams that we can't really be playing too many more NSVs. I don't know. I'll have to really figure it out. But it doesn't really seem like I can play any NSVs beyond this one until I get just about all of them, because everybody's pretty tightly bunched. There's just a lot going on. And I don't want to give anybody any kind of advantage about knowing the results of any other games. Okay, here we go. Boston. Jimmy Orr. Get some. He's a veteran wide receiver. So yeah, Boston, Dr. Froff's had a pretty fun season, you got to say. He's got a couple bashy running backs, Jim Kick and Bill Brown. And then Roger Staubach is a rookie here in 1969. He's like a 26-year-old rookie after serving as a officer in the United States Navy. This is the controversy of this game. Somehow Dr. Froff ended up not playing with his drafted plays. One of them, I don't know what his drafted plays are, but one of them didn't make it in. And Nelson found out about it after the game. So, basically, the rule with this is that it's on the opponent to figure out what's going on and tell you, hey, you messed up. We got to restart the game or something. Now, the thing is, I don't think it's ever happened once. Like, maybe back in, 1960. Like, it seems like pretty much everybody gets it, and this never happens. So, I don't know. I've never seen anybody not run their drafted plays. But the official rule is that you have to know what your opponent's drafted plays are and call them on it and stop the game somehow. Well, yeah, Dr. Froff didn't mean to do this. So if I feel like people are not putting the right plays in, then there might be a different rule. But yeah, there's been the wrong runs have been in there a lot. It's basically the same rule. If you don't care about what your opponent's running against you, then I guess just play the game. But Nelson didn't catch it. He didn't realize it was happening. And he asked me about it this morning. And I told him what the rule is. I don't know if it's worth revisiting or not, but that's what the rule is. It might not be super duper fair, but that's what it is right now. It hasn't really come up, so I don't know if I really need to change it. Anyways, Harold Jackson is an elite receiver for the Rams. 56 max speed, 69 reception. And Bob Berry is the QB. Oh no! Dick Butkus with the sack. Shakey's Pizza start for the Rams. This is good for yeah, that's a good idea, Grip. A cool tab could be cool. I don't know. Is that the end of the quarter? Anyway, like I said, we're gonna try to keep it positive here, but I think Nelson was just I don't know. He was cool about it, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I don't see it really being a huge issue. Interception by Kenny Graham. But I'm always here for suggestions on coming up with some rules and things of that nature, or other things that could be helpful towards the overall well-being of the league. But like I said, I honestly don't know if I've ever seen anybody put in a wrong play. I don't know if I've ever noticed it once. Besides the 4 running back rule, which is, for some reason I feel like that's way easier to forget than your actual drafted plays. Yeah, Butkus been a problem. Oh, he can't get the timing down for Jackson. 3rd and 4 for the Rams. Bob Berry in the spot here. This Patriots defense is tough. Herb Adderley, Dick Butkus, Bill Stanfield's been a bit of a revelation, but to miss timing, man, he's trying to figure it out. He can't get it going to that. play right there. So now he's got... What would you do here? I would kick a field goal, I think. Bruce Gossett is ready to rumble. But no, he's going to go for it. 4th and 4. And he gets his play picked. Total disasterbation for the Rams. Patriots D standing up tall. We have some menu taps in play. And Jim Kick gets the toss. The 9-yard gain. See if the Patriots running backs can get involved here. Jimmy Orr isn't good. He's feeling it. Things you love to see. Rams D, nobody... Well, Jethro Pugh is in good. 81 hitting power. Hello. Watch out for him. Roger's going to test Grayson. Wow. Testing Grayson is not usually good for your health. But he's got Abramovitz over the top. He snuck it in there. Rockin' Roger, the Dodger. Making some things happen. This time he's going to take the sack intentionally. Try to step up in the pocket. Not lose quite as many yards. And Staubach is rolling. And, well, he did the non-juke strat. Gets it down. 3rd and 6. So, yeah, just for the record, Dr. Froth did not do this intentionally. And this is his first year in TAD. So just, you know, give brother a break. But at the same time, like, you know, maybe just if you're playing him. If you're playing a new guy, just ask him, you know, before the game in the chit chat. Hey, what are your drafted plays again? You know what I mean? Like, that would be a pretty easy thing to do, or just to be used to doing. Like, just have a clue who you're playing in TAD. Like, a lot of guys in TAD, I just feel like they're so locked into their own shit. They don't even really think about the other team, which you should. It's always. I've had a couple of guys ask me who is who in TAD. Like, we do a whole draft where guys make their picks like 30 times. So like, it's always a little mystifying to me when someone doesn't even know like who the owner is of the team. There's just a horrible pass. Bob Berry is just not bringing the ruckus right now on the road in Boston. And this tough Patriots defense is taking advantage. The defense, I think, is kind of rendering this playbook situation moot here. As Jim Kick is able to kick it out for 4 yards. Uh-oh. There's a Shakey's Pizza pass, but Grayson can't get the pick. Grayson has had a good season. He's in bad condition right now, though. Dave Grayson coming off a monster in 1968 for the Patriots. Now playing for the Rams against the Patriots. All right. Oh, see, this is... You got to kick the field goal. Gene Mingo's stinky. He's in his last season in TAD, and he's just not very good. So here we go. Hoist strat. 4th down. Going for Orr. He's got great speed. Orr shaking loose. Orr down at the 1-yard line. He's in for the touchdown. Oh my goodness. Everything's coming up Patriots here. So Dr. Froth is going to avoid... Dr. Froth had like a teeny tiny % chance of not even making the next 8 bracket with the big loss. And some other things that could have fucked him up potentially. But yeah, it looks like he's going to get that 5th win, which is a pretty sizable... It's a pretty tasty number for your first season in TAD. That's definitely better than most, you'd have to say, right? For guys in their first season in TAD, we've seen some pretty rough seasons for first-year TAD players. Dr. Froth's got his Pats up to 5 wins if he can hold on. If he can hold on. But it's looking damn good. Roger Staubach is in good. Orr's in excellent. Good lord. It's really... Going forward, it's really going to be a problem for the Rams. He could use a little bit of condition love. And he ain't got it. Indeed. Look at that. I like I wonder how many times we've ever had a 4-8-1 team play an 8-4-1 team in TAD. Probably never. All right, Barry, what you got? You got Jack. Oh, good job, Froth. He comes in. Oh, but then see that guy had the same thing. Now Reed could be what? Good God. That ball was just a tad overthrown. And now we got a play pick. Just not happening for the Rams on offense. On the plus side, Bill Luke, the guard, is in good condition. Okay, got a little something there. Harold Jackson, he had the 12 taps going in a very brief. He wasn't even a full tap situation. Nelson or DPS is the best tapper in TAD, I would say, right? Does anybody else have another nominee for that? All right, wow. I thought that might be the moment he might get a JJ or something there and a touchdown. Nope. Intercepted by the Patriots. The Rams having a nightmare day. Then after all this, a big playbook debacle. Controversy. Nothing happening. Here comes Jethro Pugh, though. Staubach gets away. Roger the Dodger. Only got 2 yards, but that was kind of a fun 2 yards. You know, what... By the way, what play is he supposed to put in for pass 3? The pro set pass? This doesn't really... This barely affects the game at all. It's not the same as like not using a like a run that sucks, right? Like the pro set pass 3 is awesome. And he put in potentially equally awesome pass. And I just, based on the plays that he's got, it doesn't really seem to be a huge factor. I'm going to go ahead and rack this up as pretty mild in the all-time TAD controversies. Jethro Pugh is a controversy upon himself. Causes another bad pass. Grayson jump, but he can't get the pick. He's in bad condition. If he was in good, he might have had a chance. But Grayson's in bad. Rams need a miracle. This time Jethro Pugh just blows up the center, but blows up himself in the process. Coming in hot or running real deep. He's got a lot of speed right now. And oh my God. Roger Staubach and Jimmy Orr are cooking right now. Family. They're cooking. I agree. I agree with that, Griswold. I agree. But I would say that there's other playbook debacles that were pretty that would have been a lot more useful than this switch. It's pretty clear he didn't do it intentionally. I'm trying to diffuse the controversy. I feel like the Patriots defense rendered this controversy pretty moot here. But I would be calling, like, I'm not just doing that because I'm the commissioner. I don't want this to be sweeping under the rug. I'm just calling it like I sees it. Bob Berry did not bring it today is the major issue here. And he's going to have to get his shit together if the Rams are going to make a run in the playoffs, which I think they are very capable of. First tiebreaker is point diff. Oh. Which, I have a plan, by the way, for getting rid of the point diff as a tiebreaker for next year, which I think might work. I think it's a pretty good plan. The main reason it's point differential is because, we finally got one. Reads the defense. Gets the JJ, and the Rams are in business inside the 10-yard line. The main reason I go with point differential, I just like that you can actually see it on the website. Like, it shows you what the point differential is. So it's kind of nice just to be able to see it. Be like, oh, that's what the tiebreaker is. Instead of having to calculate some shit. And most people just would never do that. So it's kind of cool to be able to know what's going on. Look at these Patriots defenders. They're just all over them. Just monster mash. Are they going to keep the Rams out of the end zone one more time? Oh my gosh, another play pick. Good gravy boat. Rams want to get something on the board, but they're going to have to go for it on fourth down. They might come up with Dick Butkus. It's a play pick. And it's blocked. Total disaster. My goodness. Patriots D with a little bit of a statement here. Good season for the Pats. They had a lot of good games, a lot of fun games. They weren't that far off, you know? They weren't that far off. What's their point differential, by the way? Because I was going to say, they're minus 51, all right, so. If the game is minus 25 point diff, that's not that bad, really, obviously. Barely negative at all. Tucker gets the first down. And Grayson coming in hot. So, unfortunately, this is all I got. There's no tab involved here. This is all I got for you guys. And anything else I play, I think, would just give somebody an unfair advantage going in to their game that they haven't played yet. Although, if you haven't played your game yet, chances are you're just not very buddy dialed. It ain't gonna matter that much anyway. The main thing that's left is the Giants playing Washington. And if they get a win, they'll knock out anybody out of like 4 teams that are ahead of them that if they lost, the Giants would take their spot. It's very close. Bill Brown just goes right through the defense. Inside the 20. Patriots really just steamrolling the Rams now. Dr. Frolf with the statement here. Says, I'm going to the next 8, baby. The pitch to Tucker. Grayson just comes up with a diving stop right there. But he looked like Grayson's just having a nightmare day for the Rams defense. Play pick alert. Another sack. Ron Snido. 24 seconds to go. Tell you what, after this game, let's look at the standings and whatnot. See what's crack-a-lacking. Give you a little TAD 69 breakdown. This ain't going to change much, these 2 results. Wow, another touchdown. Cool. Total blowout debacle. I don't think this really matters that much, like the fact that Nelson is losing by so much. We'll check it out, though. I think he's kind of got a weird record to the point where it's really just win, loss, tie. The point diff isn't really that important. Like, the chances of someone having the same record of him is almost stuff. Okay. Kind of forgot about that intro. Let's take a look. So Atlanta's got this 13-0-1 undefeated season, 174 point differential, domination from the Falcons. Pete Titteray, 3-time TAD champion, poised for another run, 10-3 with the Eagles, has a game in the books with Green Bay. Niners take the 3 seed by virtue of point differential over the Rams. Someone could snipe that 4 seed from the Rams, and those teams are Green Bay, Buffalo, Dallas. Miami, Minnesota are also in the mix. Wow, tightly bunched. Miami could be in the mix big time for that 4 seed. I mean, the 4 seed doesn't get you anything cool. It's just better than the 3 seed, you know what I mean? It's better than the 5 seed. Like, so yeah, these will all play out. So all those teams will shake out. Cleveland has played Dallas. They're at 7-6. So then you got, I guess, the Cardinals could somehow even take the 4 seed. So close. Then you got the next batch down is Cleveland, Oakland, Chicago, Pittsburgh. Those guys all basically have the same record. And if one of them were to fall, the Giants with a dub would, that's true. The Giants with the dub would steal their spot. If all 4 of those teams lost and the Giants lost, then true. Sorry, I'm reading the comments. I'm just getting really confused about this. But anyway, we're good. So Bombjack is the guy who's most susceptible, because if he basically he's the one guy that if he loses, he's toast if the Giants win. If he loses, he becomes a Ludio fan, because that's who the Giants play, Washington, and that could definitely work out for him, because Washington's been pretty tough this year, 4-6-3 record. Washington, along with San Diego, the Jets, are basically playing for next 8 positioning. Denver is in there as well. New Orleans, probably, and Cincinnati, Kansas City. Kansas City is the team with the least likely chance. That game is in the books versus Denver, KC Denver. Houston and Detroit are not going to be in the next 8. And then probably someone between Kansas City and New Orleans. Boston just took themselves out of play for that. And then, yeah. Don't forget about Baltimore. I mean, Beef Juice has had some decent performances with Baltimore. I guess he could get a win versus Oakland. Young tell. Shake Diddy with the punt strat on the season. Just kind of too much going on, I guess. Doesn't want to finish the season. So, too bad. So sad. Had something going with that Baltimore team, but not interested in playing it. So we're going to probably see Beef Juice play that game out. Although, you never know. If enough time goes by, maybe he'll reemerge. He could still make the playoffs. He has an elite point diff. And he could... Actually, all that Baltimore needs is a win. They're in. Because that would knock out... Well, not necessarily. There's point diff between the Colts and the Giants. If the Giants tied, that's the weirdest scenario. Is if the Giants tied, and then the Colts won, they'd have to win by at least 4 points to overtake the Giants. Which would be the most interesting. That's probably the most interesting thing that could happen. The other thing that would be super interesting is if Oakland or Pittsburgh got blown out, or Cleveland got blown the F out by Detroit. That seems unlikely. And the Bears only lost by a little bit to my Bills. if the point diff comes into play on that, that could get interesting. Other than that, it's okay. It'd be more fun if there was a few more like interesting point diff scenarios. For it's mostly about seeding. Like if it was more like an in and out thing, like that would be the highlight. That's like peak week 14 action. Like as if you got like a game that's like flip-flopping a team is in or out based on how much they're winning by or losing by. That's when things get really interesting. That doesn't seem like it's going to be a factor unless the Giants tie, which would be amazing. Too bad we couldn't get Shake Diddy in the mix to play Youngtown. That would have been a really fun game. But doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Minnesota, I guess, was going to play Cincinnati tonight. Have I got an NSV yet? Doesn't seem like it. So maybe not. But then again, maybe the night is still young on the West Coast. All right. Thanks, Chicago, for providing the songs for tonight's Tadcast. This is all I can really play. It's all I choose to play for now. I got a lot of NSVs, but I still need a few more. Week 14 is still lingering. There's also the HP final that's lurking. And then we're going to get in the playoffs. Thanks, guys. Hopefully we'll get the rest of these games out there soon. Until then, enjoy the 4th of July and whatnot. Catch you around the way. Peace for now.